The reason why I'm never getting K-tips, y'all, I don't care how much money I make, I'm not paying
Y'all
$3,500 to $6,000 for no K-tips.
I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, you're gonna blame me.
That's true.
Ladies, the men are not wrong. When they say we don't take accountability, they're not lying. I mean, it's true. You're not my only client. I see like 10 of y'all a week. I know that you didn't do what I told you to do. And now your hair looks like this, and you don't want to take any accountability. It's just all my fault and the hair's fault and da 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 da.
Have you ever wondered what is the hype about K-tips? What are they? Are they worth the investment? And will they bring your hair out? Well, I jumped the gun a couple of weeks ago and I said I was totally against K-tips, but it would not be right if I did not get an expert in here to let us know what the K-tips are about and spill all the tea to educate us on the K-tips. So today I have expert stylist Dutchess here.
Hi.
She does a lot of K-tips. That's actually all she does now, but I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, I am Dutchess Monroe. You may know me from Instagram. I've been doing K-tips now for 2.5 years, and I am known to be an educator for K-tips, not just posting my work. I'm going to give you some information in this caption so that you know what's going on.
Got it. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. What exactly are K-tip extensions, and how do they differ or compare to the other type of installs?
Okay, so K-tips can be, if you know anything about like old school installs or extensions, they're
Well, what you mean old school?
like
It's like
fusion.
sew-ins? Oh.
No, honey.
Oh, okay.
We're above sewing, sweetie.
Yeah, that the shade.
Yeah, we're above that, sweetie.
Okay.
We have movement now.
Okay.
So like fusions back in the day. You remember back in the day when like
the fusions were with glue.
Yeah, like
right?
So it's like keratin glue, and it's connected. It's holding hair, and it's in a flat shape. And when you heat it up with a wand, I guess you want to call it.
Wait. Okay, let's rewind because I'm a little lost. Okay, so you take a strand. Mm-hmm. You heat the glue.
Mm-hmm. While it's on the hair, though.
While it's on the hair. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you
roll it
together. Mm-hmm. And we're making small strands.
Yep, it's gonna look like a shoestring. Almost.
Got it. So you a lot of shoestrings in your hair. I've styled some before.
And how did you feel?
I wasn't a big fan of them, but you know what? let me back up. Okay. They were metal.
Oh, those are I-tips. Those are I-tips.
Okay, so she had a lot of metal shoestrings
Very different
at the root in her hair, and it was cute. But when I washed it and tried to press it, I couldn't get her root straight because that bead was in the way. Okay. So how is that different from the K-tips?
Same is the same, but it does take a little bit of an art. If it's something that you don't do, it's going to be difficult to do. Because you're thinking about just doing a regular blowout, right? You're like, I just want to blow, I just want to get through it. You can't do that. So K-tips don't have any beads at all, but you still have to pay attention to the keratin, because the bad part about K-tips is if they heat up too much, they can slide out.
If they heat up too much, heat up how? We mean with
blow
a
flat iron, any of that.
Sweat?
No.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm. All right. So just blow dry, flat iron, they could slide out. Got it. Okay. Because you use the heat to put them in. Got it. Okay. So can you walk us through what the application process looks like?
Like from beginning to end?
Yeah, beginning to end.
Like shampoo and all, or like?
No, I mean, well, okay. Look, hopefully she does offer shampoos.
Yes, I do, and I want to discuss that with you all.
Okay, so she does offer shampoos. You cannot just come to her and get your K-tips installed because you washed your hair at home already. No. She's going to shampoo your hair. But walk us through, after you shampooed it, what that process looks like.
So when you're actually adding K-tips, I wish I would have brought it with me, but there's a thing called a shield, right?
Okay.
And what I'm starting to notice, no shade to any stylist, because I do love y'all. We're a part of the collective together. A lot of people have not been taught correctly how to use their shield. But the shield is like the answer to the question.
Okay, a shield. So actually, I don't know what a shield is, but we're going to put a shield right here on this screen.
Yeah.
So we can all kind of picture what she's talking about. Yes. So, okay.
So you're going to part out some hair. You're going to attach your shield with some clips. And then you're going to basically attach your K-tip on and roll it. Now, that is a very blanket answer.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of moving parts into doing that. There's a reason why that shield is important. There are lines on the shield for a reason. The circle where the hair goes into, there's a reason why it's the size that it is. It's a lot of moving parts in that.
Okay, so for somebody that has no knowledge about K-tips, is there a braid?
Nope.
Is there any glue that's going to touch my hair or my scalp?
The keratin is glue. When it's heated up, yes.
It's going to touch my hair.
Your real hair.
Not my scalp.
They should not be. But you know what? I don't know what's going on. I'm starting to see people K-tips a little too high. But you know, they're not supposed to, they don't belong up there.
Okay, so how close is it then to the scalp?
Scalp?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be far away from the scalp.
Half an inch, a quarter inch.
I don't do measurements. That's what my shield is for.
I just want to make sure my scalp is going to be safe because you're talking heat,
tension, all those things. Yes.
Right.
And it's like the thing about it is when people say that they are not safe, I want to say this and be very clear. If installed, maintained, and removed correctly, they're the absolute most safe install you can get.
The most safe.
Mm-hmm.
Look, she still ain't sold me on this yet, y'all. I still don't think they're the safest. Y'all know I'm gonna say clip-ins are the safest because you can put them in and take them right back out. These K-tips, you stuck with them. But y'all, let me let her finish because I want you to sell me like I'm a potential customer, right?
No problem.
So I'm still not sold yet. So who's the ideal candidate? Are there specific hair types or certain conditions that benefit most from K-tips?
So I'm not going to say that there's particular hair types. I'm going to say for me, I don't work with relaxed hair. I'm a natural stylist. And so...
Why not? But why wouldn't someone with relaxed hair be able to get them?
I'm not going to say they won't be able to get them. Okay. My level of love and understanding of hair as a stylist, I don't know if you agree with this, but I feel like relaxed hair is already broken down.
That's absolutely true. That is true. We don't even offer relaxer services here.
Yeah.
And then we actually tell when customers come in to get tape-ins, we tell them that we don't do it on relaxed hair because the bonds have already been broken down, and it's just so much easier for your hair to break.
Yes.
So I mean, same applies even if you were getting hair color. Like you really shouldn't be having a relaxer and getting hair color.
Correct.
The hair is just already weak, so I completely understand that.
So it's not something I do if you tell me you have a relaxer, I can't help you. So when it comes to ideal client for me, now I'm not saying you can't get it because I know that there are stylists that do that. Like I said, I don't understand that process as to why you would do that because like I said, as we've agreed, your hair is at its weakest point when you have a relaxer. So adding an extension onto it, I just...
So then what are your thoughts if the person has hair color? Will you do it?
Bleaching services, no, I don't do bleaching. If your hair has been, now if your roots are good, then that's cool because that's where your keratin goes.
Okay, so dark root.
Yeah, you gotta have a natural root. Okay. Like, that's my thing anyway. Even if you are transitioning from a relaxer, you need to be at least 4 months transitioned because I can do that, right? But when your roots are not natural, I don't want to attach nothing to it. It makes me nervous.
Okay. I get it. It makes sense though. Okay, so relaxers is a no.
Is a no.
Bleached hair is a no. Okay, so what if someone comes in and they have like a lot of breakage? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Would you recommend that they treat their hair first, get it somewhat healthy?
Let me tell you what's so crazy. This is why I said K-tips are probably the best install ever.
Okay.
I have actually seen people's breakage grow very well with K-tips. And I really honestly, and this sounds really bad, I don't understand the science behind it. I just know the results of it. So what I'm going to tell you is this. Ideal client for me is more about, are you willing to listen to what I'm saying and make a decision? Because when people hear that they can do all this stuff with K-tips, they want to do all this stuff with K-tips, right? But if your hair is this long, you're not going to do anything except for one thing with K-tips. You can't have everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can imagine you probably can't, if your hair is short, you probably can't do ponytails.
Yeah, you can't.
With K-tips because the short hair will stick out. Sometimes
you can, like if you're willing to do okay. K-tips is kind of like a delicate install in a way. Delicate, but not. Like, I'm going to say delicate as far as like heat and product. Because the heat will make them come out. And if you keep compromising the bonds, because it's keratin, it's a product within itself, there are certain products that take them out, right? So if the products that you're using in your hair are compromising the keratin or compromising your bond, they will slip out. So the more you have to do to keep your hair up, the easier there are to come out. You know what I'm saying? So if you have shorter hair and you're like, oh, I want my hair in a ponytail every day, but you got to put gel in your hair every single day to slick your hair up, you can do it.
Okay.
But your hair's going to slip out faster.
Okay.
Not only that, if you're a person who's like, hey, I want to wear a middle part, right? But your hair is this long. This isn't a quick weave where I could just mold your hair down.
Right.
K-tips are supposed to move.
Right.
So I would tell you, hey, you probably need to get a side part. That way you can easily wear your hair without having to do so much to wear it. Because the more you do to it, again, it's a delicate install. The more you do to it, the more they're going to slide out.
Okay, so is a consultation required?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that is when you're able to let them know if they could do side or middle, and I guess
side, middle.
what all they could do.
We talk about everything. We talk about what are they trying to accomplish. I want to see their texture because I want to do a texture match. Only because, again, my love for natural hair and me wanting to keep the integrity of the hair. What we're not going to do is you're not going to have 4C hair and then leave with body wave hair.
Oh, no, ma'am.
We're not doing that.
No, ma'am.
I want y'all to stop doing that.
I would... I wouldn't recommend that for any install, right?
No.
Like, we see that a lot too, coming in and they want to buy clip-ins. They come in, they have 4C hair, and they want body wave.
You do not. Not here you don't.
Yes, and we always try to talk them into getting something that's textured, that, matches their natural hair more. But a lot of times people are looking for low maintenance. So I could kind of see why they want to go with the body wave, but...
here's the deal though, like, no, like, I feel you. Like, no, like, if you have 4C hair, you don't need to have body wave. You don't have to have 4C extensions, right? But see, here's the deal. Texture matching and curl matching are two completely different things. So I'm going to give you a texture that's going to match whenever your hair is blow dried, right? Now, if we were doing, because that's another thing. Me and my soapbox about density, texture, and pattern. I'm kind of oversaying it. But texture is very different than pattern. Texture is very different than density.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I'm doing my consultation, I'm talking to my client about, let me see your hair blow dry, because that's going to tell me what type of extension I need to use, right? Because that's important.
Do they always kind of take your recommendation, or do you have people that are set on, I want body wave?
If they're set on it, we don't do business together. Because at the end of the day, you're going to blame me.
That's true.
And that's that honestly, that's the one thing I did learn about doing hair. Ladies, the men are not wrong. When they say we don't take accountability, they're not lying. It's true. A woman will literally, I'm serious.
She went left field.
I am so serious.
We do take accountability.
No, ma'am.
I'm not in that pool.
Let me tell you something.
I'm not in that pool.
A woman will tell you she has done every single thing you told her to do. And I'm looking at your hair. I do this every single day. You're not my only client. I see like 10 of y'all a week. I know that you didn't do what I told you to do. And now your hair looks like this, and you don't want to take any accountability. It's just all my fault and the hair's fault and da-da-da-da. And so I learned that early on in my career. I don't let you decide because, and it's not personal. It's not me trying to force you. It's like, I know how this is going to go. So if your hair swell up. And you be looking crazy, see what you're going to tell. The story is when you go to another stylist, you're going to say, oh, well, she gave me body wave hair. And even though she should have went with her professional opinion, this has happened to me. So it's like, now guess what we're going to do? We either going to do what I say we're going to do, or we just ain't going to do it at all.
Okay. So basically what she's saying is trust her. Trust
I got
her
you.
Expert opinion on what texture you should get. And if these K-tips are going to work for you. And if they don't work.
They're just not. And I'm honest like that. Like, I have integrity. A lot of people don't have integrity in the industry because.
I agree. They're doing it for the money.
They're doing it for the money. Yeah. They are. And everybody, and I want to say everybody's doing it for money. Nobody's doing anything for free, right? But it's like I feel like me personally, a lot of people have left their cosmetology hat at home and just put on their hairstyling hat, and they forgot about integrity of hair. So it's like they'll do things that they shouldn't be doing, and just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
Absolutely.
So there are people that I'd be like, you're not a good candidate for it, and I can't give you as many pieces that you want, but I'll see them go and get those pieces from someone else, and I'll just be like, well, good luck with you and your hair.
I know. But you know what? It's crazy you say that. I'm kind of like jumping stories at this point, but I just saw something on social media last week where I guess a customer asked for something. The stylist said she wouldn't recommend it. And the customer pretty much said, well, look, I'm paying you to do this. You need to do what I asked you to do and basically shut up because I'm paying you. And
I think I saw
agree.
that.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, girl, the way you would have
like,
been exported out. Oh.
I was like, I don't need your money.
Yeah, at all. Like I'm not gonna do it. And
Yeah,
I'm okay.
yeah,
I'm okay with being the villain because
yeah.
at the end of the day, I sleep good at night knowing that I'm not taking out nobody's hair.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm seeing people do K-tips where they're adding way too much hair. They're not putting the right weight, and that's why I mean when I say K-tips are the healthiest in my opinion because I can use the weight that's needed for your density versus any other install. It's almost like you get what you got.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? A weft is a weft.
But do you charge more based on the amount of hair a person needs? So what does that kind of look like? What's the average amount of hair
Most
you
people
need
are at
for
least going to get at least 150 at minimum.
Okay.
Most. Just about everybody.
Okay. And are there cases where you use more?
Lots of cases. But like there's my sweet spot for doing K-tips is like between 150 and 200 pieces.
You know how you'll have the clients that they just die hard, I gotta have a whole lot of hair. My
it
hair
for you.
need to fall to
Do
cover
you have
my
hair? Do you have enough hair for that? If not, then no. This is not for you. You're not going to stress me.
That's the part, right?
Yeah,
So you
like
probably didn't have enough hair to begin with.
yeah, to
So
begin, and I try to explain that so much to people because I understand like me doing hair is like I love hair, right? And I get it. I get that feeling of like I want to look like this. But we're going to be a little honest, baby. You're not going to look like this. This not going to work for you. Like if you're a person who you like really big hair, K-tips is not like any other install. It's not it's a very natural install. I want to say this. Think of K-tips as like an enhancement to your silk press.
yeah.
That's literally what it is. It should not be something that you trying to go from having low density to super high density. That's not happening.
So in that case, would you suggest like, oh, this is not going to do that. You need a sew-in or you need a wig. Would you provide that or do you send them somewhere else?
I send them someplace else as of now. That is something I do want to get back into because I used to do wigs back in the day, but then I kind of like jumped into microlinks and moved on from there. But because like, I really do care about people's hair, right? And I
Yeah.
just be nervous that when people leave, I can't take care of everybody, but it'd be like I would rather provide you with a service that I know is going to work well for you than to go somewhere for you to go somewhere because you're desperate to solve your problem. You go to whoever to solve it, and I feel like I care too much to just do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's probably very arrogant of me, I guess. But it just like I know best.
Right. I get it. I get it. So I guess you kind of explain like you said, it's an enhancement to your silk press.
Yeah.
But are there any other advantages to doing the K-tips, like pros and cons?
Okay, so pros for me, the one selling point that sold me on actually learning them and providing them is that they're completely customizable. Like I can cut a K-tip, I mean, extremely small
Okay.
to attach it to your hair. And if they are installed correctly, using your shield, I'm going to be discussing this myself. You'll know what size bond to put on what piece of hair. So it alleviates the process of having like hair too heavy or having tension and stuff like that. Whereas you got to think with a tape-in, right, or a weft or any of those other things, it's set to what it is. So when you attach it, you might be able to cut here or there, but it's still the weight is the weight. Right? Like a tape-in is two pieces, right? And so if you're attaching it to somebody's hair, which I love tape-ins, it's my second favorite install. Absolutely love tape-ins. Love, love, love.
I love tape-ins.
I love tape-ins.
They're my favorite.
I love them. They warm my heart. If like you can't dictate the weight of that. If that makes sense. Like I hope that makes some sense of what I'm saying. Like
I guess not. I mean, you could cut a tape-in in half if you want to make them a little bit more lightweight.
But here's the deal. Now, you and I both know, clients, you may not know that, right? But you and I know that our hair grows at different rates in different spaces in our hair, right? So let's think about you putting a tape in somewhere where one part of your hair is in the anagen phase and the other part is not. So now it's like it's uneven, right? This part is like hanging, right?
What do you mean, like the back of my head? Like, so
Like you
the
could-
tape is in the back, might be
start
hanging
hanging.
lower than the
The
tape
ones that are
is
at the top. Yeah.
The
And
same would apply for a K-tips though.
because
Why?
because it's not on a row. Like it's like they have their own individual pieces. I'm not expecting like this piece of hair to hold up everything. I can't explain it. Like you would have to see it. Like I swear, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't think I get that part.
I
Y'all.
swear, like I swear, because I'm able to customize it based on what I'm actually attaching it to. Like I can, like I could take a sliver of hair and also take a sliver of a K-tip and add it on there, and you're not gonna feel it. It's not. It's like it's
Well,
like
now
nothing.
that you say that, this sliver of hair thing, how long is it taking you to install this?
Ooh, it depends on how much hair you got.
I mean, on average, what's like the least amount of time and the most amount of time?
least
Am I
amount of
gonna be
time
sitting
is
there like
5.
braids?
No, yeah.
5 hours?
5 hours is the least amount of time.
I ain't got 5 hours for no.
But you gonna hold them for 5 months.
5 hours?
Yeah, but it's 5 months, and I'm fun. So
What we doing in there? What you got?
Kiki in.
Drinks?
Okay.
Girl, five hours is a long time.
It is a long
y'all.
time. It is a very long time, but it's worth it.
Okay, well, look, you answered my next question, which was maintenance and longevity. How long do they last? You're saying 5 months. I mean, will they last a little bit longer? Have you
Some
seen
people,
where?
yes, I have
it's
seen them
less?
last longer. They can last longer. It just depends on like how you're taking care of, and they can last less time depending on what you do. Like for people who are like, oh, I want to wear my hair curly, which I'm so against it, but whatever. I'm very
Why is
against
that?
it. Sorry, clients. I love
Well,
you
you
guys.
know what? It'll probably start to mat.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, at
if
the
you don't
root.
take care of your hair, because here's the deal.
Most people don't with that
Hello?
those curly extensions. Ooh, we need a whole nother
Yes, God,
lesson.
we do.
On clients in this curly hair who don't typically wear their hair curly.
They're not allowed to at my shop. If you don't have a
Clients
curly
gonna do what
girl
they wanna
regimen, not with me, you're not. Like over here, this is what we're doing. If you don't have a curly girl regimen, you cannot get a curl match. I will give you a texture match. I am not giving you a curl match, because what's going to happen is this: you're going to this what people do. Clients, they want something fast, right? They trying to go. They got to go to work. They got to go out. They got to do whatever they're going to do, right?
Right.
So they are going to wet their hair and make it curly. So they feel like they have a hairstyle.
Yeah.
And you do. You also have a matted mess underneath that because you didn't go
Yes.
through, you
Yes.
didn't brush it, you didn't pull, you didn't do any of that.
When curly hair is another beast. My son has, and we're not even talking weave right now, has curly hair. In the process of washing, conditioning, and finger coiling his hair takes me about an hour and a half.
Absolutely.
Like we can't do that every day.
Yeah.
I do it to maybe like one time a week, but it's a process. You can't.
process,
It's not. If he does wet and go, he's gonna have a bushy afro. It's gonna look dry. It ain't gonna be right. Like you need like tender,
You gotta take your
loving
time.
care.
Yeah, you gotta take your time with that. And people
Right products.
Yeah, right products. You need to know a right technique. But the thing is, people think they say, oh, curly hair is easier to maintain. No, it's easier for you to do at that time, but it's not an easier hairstyle. It shouldn't be. It actually should be a lot more work because of the steps that are involved. But they don't do that part because they want to go and they want to wear it curly and they thinking that. But every time I've had to give a person a haircut with K-tips, they wore their hair curly every single time without fail. Because it starts to mat at the root, right? And when you're taking them out, there's a lot of breakage.
Yeah.
Versus
Because you gotta pull it apart and you're ripping the hair apart.
Ding, ding, ding.
I did that with my tape ends. I'm guilty. I tried to wear them curly.
Look at you.
Yep, just wet and go. I'm putting it in a ponytail, and when it was time to take them out, I had to like rip my hair apart because the roots had matted together. So I can only imagine what that's like.
It's a disaster. Like, and it's hurtful. And I appreciate the people who have been like one person. She was honest. She was like, "Girl, I know I'm gonna have to get a haircut because I just been doing what I want to do." And I'm like, "What were you doing?" So she was like, "I'll show you when I get there." And she knew I was gonna be angry.
Everything you told her not to do.
Everything I told her not to do, she did. But she knew it. She ended up getting a cute bob, but it was just kind of like, you didn't have to have a bob had you just
Oh, wow.
did what you're supposed to be doing.
Wow. Okay. So that takes us to at-home care. So after they've gotten their K-tips, what's your rule list that you give them?
I actually give everybody a care guide. I have a whole care guide that has a lot of information in it. That tells you products you can use, products you cannot use, things you're supposed to be doing, things you're not supposed to be doing. But the one thing that you have to do every single day, hear me and hear me well, every day, don't miss a day. You need to brush your hair twice a day from the root.
Is there a certain type of brush?
You can use a boar bristle, that word.
Boar bristle. Boar bristle.
Exactly. That brush.
Boar bristle.
That brush.
Brush. Okay.
That brush. You can use that brush. You can use and I like that one because it's soft to an extent. You know what I'm saying? It's soft, but it's hard, which is kind of weird. I don't even know how to explain that, but it works.
Would those bristles ever get caught into like the K-tip?
No, because the K-tip is pretty much sealed if done correctly. It's sealed.
Okay. But what about once you have new growth?
Still shouldn't.
New growth, but so you got new growth, then you got K-tip.
See, I'm telling
is it getting caught?
No, because what I'm going to tell you to do is I tell people all the time, when you are brushing your K-tips, when you are washing them, blow drying them, whatever, you'd be holding them at the root. You don't just be out here doing what you want to do.
Okay, so I'm imagining this, I'm holding this, and then I'm brushing it.
Hold like this and then brush.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you're ripping them.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't feel like you're like it's a delicate install, right? You can't just do what you want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you need to brush your hair every single day from the root. If you are a person who is going to wear your hair curly, which I am 100% against that, you need to blow dry your roots. I know that sounds crazy.
That don't even sound right.
They need to, because if their roots are not blow dried, they are going to mat up.
They're going to mat even if you blow dry them, because if you don't comb through them.
Yeah. Like, I'm just more so saying, like, I don't want people, I'm really basically making it very difficult for you to do a wash and go.
Just tell them don't do it.
I do. I literally wrote it. Let me tell you what's so crazy. I literally wrote this, right? A client contacted me a few days after that, and she sends me a video, right? Beautiful hair. Sends me a video of her with it curly. She's like, I went and put something in my hair, and then she's like, I didn't like it, so I went and washed it. And I realized that the curls are just so cute. I'm gonna rock it like this for a few days. I said, oh, if the curls are really cute, make sure you read the last section in your manual. We go over wash and goes.
Do you make them sign that? I would make them sign that. Make sure you
want
read
to.
this.
Yeah, because I send it to I give it to everybody, and it's almost like when they call me and ask me questions, it irritates me. I'm like, did you read your manual? And they'd be like, yeah. I said, no, you didn't, because the question you're asking me is, I wrote it. I spent my time, and I rewrote it, because I had it last year, but I rewrote it. Like, of course, the longer you do something, the more knowledgeable you become of it, right?
Right.
And you start seeing things that you didn't know were a problem, or things that you didn't think you needed to say.
Yep.
So I rewrote it.
Yep.
Beginning of this year, or maybe it was the end of last, but I rewrote it, and it's like way longer. Before it was like 2 pages. Now it's like 10.
Man, that's why stylists have so many rules, because it's like every time you experience something, you're like, oh, let me go add
put that in there. Exactly.
And so we have so many waivers here for black hair color, tape ends, all kinds of stuff, because just to like cover our asses from
you have
people
to.
blaming us. Yeah, you got to put a waiver in place.
They will blame you. Like I said, like I learned, no shade to the women, no shade to you, Mom. Love you. Women don't take accountability. They're never wrong. They never did anything. They did everything you told them to do. They were just lost, and they had no idea.
Do you take accountability?
Absolutely. That's why I wrote that book on purpose. Because if it ain't in this book, I'm gonna take accountability for it.
Okay.
But I just learned, and I think dealing with women has made me do like, bro, like you're wrong, bro. Like,
just admit that you didn't
do it. Like you didn't do it. Yeah. Like I'm looking at your hair. You're like, I brush it every day. Girl, you ain't brushed your hair since you got these. Stop lying. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
You ain't brushed your hair. I know you didn't brush your hair, but you're trying to convince me that you did, and your hair's just.
Right. Oh my God. All right. So the controversial, am I saying that right? Part. I think, and I heard that they can cause thinning and breakage.
They can. You know why?
Why?
Installed, maintained, and taken down incorrectly.
So how do you take them out?
I actually blow dry my K-tips out now.
Blow dry? Oh, you did say if you heat them up, the glue will start to melt.
It literally melts, and they slide right out. Literally.
How long does the removal process take?
For me, at this point, now it takes me about 45 minutes. Before, when I was using a product, it took 2 hours. And here's the deal. I want to say this. The product that is taking them out is very important because alcohol is drying, right?
Yes.
And what happens when your hair is dry? It breaks.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when you are taking out your K-tips, you need to be knowledgeable about what the product is. This is why I say when people are doing K-tips, everybody's jumping into doing it, and I'm not against that at all. Like, do your thing. But you need to have a knowledge of the foundation of hair. Because if you understood that alcohol is drying, dryness causes breakage, you'd understand why your hair is breaking off.
But I mean, even if they use alcohol, well, I guess we're talking about just alcohols in general and products.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, using, I mean, it's a lot of moving parts. I mean, I just wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Me personally, blow drying has been like my saving grace. And I found out about it on an accident, though.
Oh.
On an accident. I was trying to take somebody's hair down, and K-tips are supposed to slide out. You should never be trying to force it to come out. It should just slide. But if a person comes in and their hair is not slick enough to, like, maybe they come in natural and their hair has poofed up,
Right.
I can't just slide it out. So I was actually blow drying her hair to get a lot of the kinks out.
Yeah.
And while I was doing it, they were just coming out, and I was like, oh, hold on.
Oh, that's probably one you got to teach the stylist that's doing. Like,
I do, and they ask me all the time because they'll see me, like, I'll post that a person came in for a
Yeah.
takedown, and then in 30 minutes I post that we finna go to the shampoo, and they're like, well, how you got them out so fast?
Yeah.
I'm like, I blow dry them out. I do have a post on my page about it, but I gotta do more talking on my Instagram because I have a lot to say.
Yeah, you got to do a better job. Yeah. All right, so this is the part right here, right? That I say the reason why I'm never getting K-tips, y'all. I don't care how much money I make. I'm not paying
y'all
$3,500 to $6,000 for no K-tips.
I'm telling you, if Mo got K-tips, she would fall in love. That's just the bottom line to the story.
If you could do them for free for me, you know, maybe like like
A little 1-2.
yeah, with barter, you know.
We'll talk.
I get them. I'll tell the people what I think about them.
We'll talk.
I might try them then, y'all.
Yeah, because like Mo, like she would love them. I promise you would.
My thing is, okay, what they always say, when you act like something too high, maybe you just need to make some more money.
Oh, that's a fact.
Maybe I need to make some more money because I'm not paying.
I think it's just the mental process of it all.
And I think about what I could do with like the 3,500 versus like I could just go invest that and like it could make me some more money.
Well, stop trying to mess up my business. That's how I feel like.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's what's going on right now.
No, but no. At the end of the day, we pay for what we want.
We do.
And I understand that a lot of women, you know, their experience, our hair is our crown.
It is.
It makes us feel confident when it's done. Y'all know we be depressed when our hair not done.
Correct.
Like earlier this week, that's what was wrong with me. I just needed my hair done.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct.
So I understand why, you know, women are willing to pay that. I don't see anything wrong with pay what you want for your hair, y'all. Y'all say my clipping is too high. Y'all say some of my services is too high. But we talking about something that's thousands of dollars.
I do say it, like people sit in my chair and pay me mortgage payments to do their hair.
Yeah. But I mean, you said it lasts 5 months.
It lasts 5 months.
So I guess if you break it down, it's like you paying. I mean, so what's the cost of it?
Well,
A range.
Mine is from 2,800 to 4,200.
28 to 42. That's not bad. What can 2,800 get me?
100 pieces. You're not going far, sweetie. You would never be on. You would never be.
I think I could.
Okay.
I don't like a lot of hair.
Oh, you need more than 100, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the
Girl,
2,800 install.
Crazy.
I'll let y'all know how that turned out.
Easy
Okay.
and crazy.
All right. Okay. So, all right. Let me make sure I got all my questions out the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of people argue that they aren't for fine or thin hair.
I don't understand that.
Would you say they're for all hair types?
They're for all hair types, and especially for people with fine and thin hair. They're so perfect for them. They shouldn't be getting anything that has a lot of tension.
Question then, what about alopecia?
It depends on where your alopecia is located and how you're trying to wear your hair.
So what I see most of the time is the alopecia here in the crown or the edges.
So your edges is like, I don't need your edges per se, unless because it's like I'm not putting any hair on your edges anyway. Your edges are there for you to cover up your extensions. But if a person has alopecia on their edges, normally they don't wear their hair in a ponytail anyway, so they actually could care less about that part. Now, the crown is where the issue comes in.
Okay.
Because you can hide your crown being thin with other installs, right?
Like a wig.
Like a wig,
I typically
you know what I'm saying?
recommend a wig.
A wig, you can do it, a sew-in, any of those things that where you're not exposed. K-tips is not the same situation. You're gonna be exposed.
Got it.
So you have to decide, you know? Like, so it's like, no, it's not a no, it can't be done. It's a what are you willing to deal with
Right.
to have them type
Right.
situation. Now, if I can make it work, which I have done it several times with people, they have to choose something different. You know, like I've had people who've had thinning like at the top, and they are like, oh, well, I just want to wear my hair in the middle. And I'm like, if I actually parted it on the right or the left, I could give you more volume.
Yep.
Than you know you wearing it in the middle because you're missing so much underneath your middle part. You know what I'm saying? So if I just pull everything over, I can make it fuller. You know.
Got it. Right.
So.
Okay. So you could get it if you have some thinning.
Yeah. Something I need something to attach it to and something to cover it with.
Got it.
And you have to be flexible. Like if you know you a girl who's just like, oh, I only wear my hair in the middle. Well, baby, don't.
Right. All right. So what advice would you give anybody considering K-tips?
If you are not a person who, if you're a person who just wants to get up and go, I would almost say no to K-tips because you have to brush your hair. Like,
but that's so easy. Brushing your hair is so
man,
easy.
listen, I don't understand.
That's
You have
the
to brush. You
basic.
have to brush it, and I'm sorry, I left out a part. You need to brush it every day. You need to pull them apart because as they get older, right, your
Yeah.
hair starts to connect to each other.
Okay.
So you need to pull them apart so that they are separate, and that's easy. You could be sitting there watching TV. Y'all be watching
Yeah,
Love and Hip Hop
that's-
anyway. So go home while you watch a TV and just separate them.
Got okay. Y'all, it seems pretty simple to keep them up. Okay. So let the girls know how they can reach you.
Hold on, wait, because you had one on there that I wanted to talk about.
Which one was
You said
it?
something about dehydration, and dehydration has sent me a little bit. You said,
Oh, if it can cause the
Yeah.
hair to be dry.
because no, you said dehydration. Dehydration is like parched. Like that's the last part of dry. Like,
I must have left that question out because maybe
that's
I thought
important
it
to me.
didn't make sense.
oh, it's so important.
So
to me.
I think the question was along the lines of that was one of the controversial
Mm-hmm.
questions. Will it cause the hair to be dry?
So I've never
dehydrated?
heard that before, ever. But you and I both know that extensions are not going to make your hair dry.
No, that's internal.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's
so
no.
no.
That's why I left that question out because I
And on
thought
top of that-
everybody should know that.
Not even on just that. Internally, yes. But what happens at that shampoo bowl determines what's going to happen with the rest of your hair. If your stylist is not making sure that your hair is actually properly moisturized before installing something that's going to last you for 5 months, if they put K-tips on already dry hair, then yeah, it's going to be dehydrated.
Yeah, but
They do. Because, I mean, you use clarifying shampoo, right?
absolutely.
Okay, there's a lot of stylists who don't. And I think that people don't know why they're using clarifying shampoo. And I don't know what they was doing at hair school. When I was at hair school, the people taught me what clarifying shampoo was for.
Clarifying is a must.
Hello. There's a lot of people who don't use it. They're afraid of it.
You know why? Because and
They
I
wasn't
think
paying
that's
attention.
no. I think stylists are using it, or at least I hope most stylists are using it. I think a lot of the clients are afraid to use it
They should.
because we've been told because our hair is natural that
Mm-hmm.
we should use shampoos that are have moisture in it, but then you're not getting your hair clean if
Mm-hmm. Correct.
you're only using moisturizing shampoo.
Correct.
So yeah, absolutely use a clarifying shampoo. I actually had plans to do a episode on that, which will come after
Oh
this
my God, please call me.
because
It's my soapbox. I feel.
yeah, you need clarifying shampoo.
like,
so
it's
do you
important.
in your guide? Do you tell them to
Yes.
use clarifying shampoo?
Yes, if you're not coming back to me to get your hair maintenance, you need to, because the thing with clarifying shampoo that a lot of people don't know, and I think again that I feel like a lot of stuff that people don't know about hair is our fault as the stylist because we went to school, they did not. They're lawyers and teachers, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? But clarifying shampoo, two things. Number one, it has a higher pH than regular shampoo, and a different pH is going to open up your cuticle. So whenever you shampoo your hair, after you do that, and then you use a moisturizing shampoo, you still need a moisturizing shampoo.
Right.
Your hair can actually take it. But when all you're doing is using a moisturizing shampoo, you just kind of like pile it. Like it's never
It
getting
doesn't
clean.
get dirt on top of
Yes,
dirt.
dirt on top of dirt. Like it's not
Yeah.
helping you any. So you need to open up your cuticle, let some moisture get in there, you know, and then go through your regular, you know, the rest of it. But like, I think that that's a very important part because, and a lot of stylists, ironically, do not use clarifying shampoo. When I remember when I was posting about how they didn't have any at Cosmoprof, it was people saying like, "Oh my God, you use clarifying shampoo," and I'm like, "Oh my God, you don't? Like, what do you mean?"
Baby, if I can't find clarifying shampoo, because you're right, it's hard to find it. I will use Dawn.
Yeah,
okay?
something.
I'm
I have
the
got
Dawn
to.
queen.
I have to
Because my hair has to be
it
clean.
has to be clean. It's not clean. Like, and anybody I've ever told that to, like, just around my friends or whatever, they wear their hair curling. Like, I don't know, my hair just doesn't curl anymore. I said, because your hair's dirty. And they're like, I wash all the time. No, you don't wash it with what you need to wash it with. Every single time I give them the recipe, clarifying shampoo, moisturizing shampoo, then moisture conditioner. Blah, 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 blah. Give them all the steps. They come back and be like, oh my God, my hair's so different. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Yes. Oh my God. I used to get that all the time. So I get it. I get it. So y'all, look, this is an extra tip.
Yeah, I had to because I saw it because that's my soapbox. Like I literally, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. So when you didn't say it, I'm like, what do you mean? We're not done. You didn't say it.
I know. I'm sorry. I took that one out. I'm sorry, y'all. But she just gave us all the tea on KTips. This is really good. So I'm sure you convinced somebody. I'm still not convinced because of the price, but she said she's going to give me a free install. Y'all heard it here. She agreed to it. But let the girls know how they can reach you.
Okay.
How they can find you.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok too. I play a little bit as far as not posting like I'm supposed to. I'm going to do better in 2025. In 2025, I am doing better with my content.
Y'all heard her say it.
So you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube underneath the Dutchess Monroe. If you come to my page, I will tell you this. I am very big on educating, less styling, right? Because I feel like I want you to understand what's going on. I'm literally melting hair onto your head, and I need you to know what's going to happen.
Right. Well, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Women need the education.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think on the education part of it. Because, I mean, you could curl a mess.
Right.
And I mean, that doesn't mean anything. So I want you to know, like, you're safe with me. Like most people who come to me, I have clients who travel out the country to see me, people who travel out of town to see me. They always say, it was because of all the education you were given. And there are people who book people without doing that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But that's my thing, you know? So.
Well, here we have it. So this is good. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation. So I would love to know what you guys think. Go ahead, drop a comment below, ask any questions you have. If we said something you didn't like, add that down there too. But thank you. Yeah, she stay ready. Okay, she stay ready.
I'm just kidding.
But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel. Make sure you follow Go Sleek Hair Company. That's my baby if you need hair extensions. But if you're getting KTip, she got the hair for you. I don't sell KTip hair. So yeah, that's what that is. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on the next episode.
Peace.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Oh, Lord. Hey, Mickey.